The senses might grow strong, united with God's creative work. It weighs my power of thinking down to dreamlike dullness. When my soul desires union with God, must human thinking and quiet dream life rest content.
The senses might grow strong, united with God's creative work. It weighs my power of thinking down to dreamlike dullness. When my soul desires union with God, must human thinking in quiet dream life rest content.
Original commentary of Rafael Lazo.
Whitsun is the arrival of the Holy Spirit. It awakens my thinking. I also actively seek to be creative and work with this spiritual impulse. This dulls my think as unwilling I fall asleep. So how may I stay awake in my thinking, yet unite with the Holy Spirit? I will my thinking to be quiet. My many thoughts cease, and I come to a dreamy state, one with thinking quiet, so that the light of the Holy Spirit illuminates that which is Christ-like in me. The strength of the senses rises, joined with divine creative force, and presses on my thinking until it fades into a dream-like haze. When my soul longs to unite with the divine, must human thought then yield, finding its rest in silent, dreaming stillness.
A rephrasing of Week 8 by Godornes. When you feel deeply connected to the God above or the universe in general, you would end up asking yourself a lot of questions. You'd end up overthinking the connections of the logical reality to faith. The poem is trying to say that it might be hard to give up logical thinking, but sometimes thinking less and letting oneself feel the experience more is what allows a person to deeply connect themselves with the spiritual or divine experience. Week 8 Reflection by Almaden. This verse tells us that due to our focus being on what we see, feel, hear in the physical world, our thinking ends up more dreamlike, more weak because of all the things we focus on around us. Most people nowadays focus on logic, and that's mostly because of how life is. Money, food, shelter, all these things are necessities for us to live, and yet are constantly pulled away, making people have to come up with new ideas to try even get food on their plates. We try to think, and in doing so, we are forcing our minds, and in the end, we exhaust ourselves. The verse now tells us that with all this mess in our minds, we are drifting away from true understanding of the world. With calmness and reaching a quiet state, with faith, we open up our minds and we are more susceptible to being united with God, for that is when we reach the true state of thinking. It's being calm and open, instead of being distracted or forcing things.